Hello, good viewers, you are welcome. In this tutorial, we are going to be solving this beautiful exponential equation. So from here, we are going to find the value of s. So what's the value of x here? So now what we are going to do, we have 2 to the power x plus 1 over 16 plus 16 over 2 to the power x plus 1, then equals 65 over 8. So let a be equals 2 to the power of x plus 1. So let a be that. If a is that, so therefore we are going to replace 2 to the power x plus 1 by a in this equation. So we're going to have, this is going to be 2, sorry, this is a over 16 plus 16 over a equals 65 over what? Over 8. So now from here, let's try to collect the let's try to simplify this. So now by what? By making this left hand side a single fraction. So we're going to have 16a being the LCM. A times a, we have a squared, then plus 16 times 16, that's going to give us 256. We are going to have 256, then equals 65 all over what? All over 8. So now from there, the next thing we are going to do is, what if I divide or I multiply both sides by 8? Like this. Okay, so you see that this 8 we cancel this 8 here, and here we're going to have this 8 here 1, 8 here we are going to have 2, right? So I'm going to have a squared plus 256, okay, then all over 2a, then equals 65. So we're going to have cross multiplication. This is like over 1, so I'm going to have a squared plus 256, okay, then equals 65 multiplied by 2a. So I have a squared plus 256 equals, so 65 times 2a, so we're going to have 130a. So now from there, we're going to have a squared minus 130a plus 256, and everything will be what? Will be equal 0. So this is what? This is a quadratic equation in terms of what? In terms of a. We're going to have a squared minus, into bracket, this 130, I'm going to write it as 2 plus 128. You know, 2 plus 128 is going to give me 130. I put here, then plus 256 equals 0. So now from here, I'm going to have a squared minus a times 2, we're going to have minus 2a. A times this, we're going to have minus 128. A plus 256 equals 0. So now the next thing we are going to do is that we're going to group this into 2 like this. So now after that, the next thing we're going to do is that what is common here, the common factor here is a. I have a into bracket a minus 2. Then here, what is the common factor here? The common factor is 128. 128 into bracket a minus 2 equal what? Equals 0. So now from there, so you can see that a minus 2 is common. A minus 2, I'm going to factorize a minus 2 out. Then here I have a minus 128, then equals 0. So now from there, so we have this 0 form equation. A minus 2 is equal 0, or we say a minus 128 equals 0. Are you following? So now from there, so now we can have that a equals 2 if we transpose this to the right hand side, and we said a equals 128 if we transpose this to the right hand side. So now from there, the next thing we're going to do is that you know that a is just a variable that we introduced, right? So we need to recall. Let's recall that from the beginning we said a to be equals 2 to the power x plus 1 according to what we have up here, according to what we have here. Okay, so therefore we're going to have this to be a equals this x plus 1. So therefore, since we have 2, so we're going to have when a equals 2, so we're going to have what we're going to have 2 equals 2 to the power of x plus 1, right? Then we have 2 is raised to power 1 is having the power 1, so therefore from there, since we are having the same basis, so x plus 1 will be equals 1. So here we have x equals what? X equals 0. If 1 go to the right hand side, it will be x equals 0. Then the next one, when a is 128, so what are you going to have? We can see that we have 128 to be equals 2 to the power x plus 1. So now we can write 128 in index form as 2 to the power of 6 equals 2 to the power of x plus 1. So since we are having the same basis, so we are going to equate the exponent. We're going to have x1 equals x plus 1 equals 6. Then we have x to be 6 minus 1. Then we have what? We have x to be equals what? X to be equals 5. So therefore, we have the two solutions to this problem to be x equals what? X equals 0. And we have what? And we have x equals 5. So, and that's the end of the class. If you find the class very interesting, so do not hesitate to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done that before. Hit on the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime you upload new content. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.